Everybody deals with this job differently.
We're pretty goofy. We kind of have to be.
It's a release.
We have a really twisted sense of humor.
Or a dark sense of humor that most people aren't going to understand unless you're in this business.
Seriously, lit up like a Christmas tree, and you just putt-putt. We don't see you.
What we need is an extra large bumper on the front of this truck. And when we hit people, it leaves a bumper sticker system. You should have got out of the way.
I'd prefer a rocket launcher.
You gave me an Instagram, bro. You might as well give me his MySpace, too. You want me to like some of his pictures or something?
You understand there's no room for menopause when you're a paramedic, right?
You may hit you?
Yeah.
You're going through menopause.
Is that possible?
Nick is a really good mix of like seriousness or just straight up giggling. That's what you've been doing over there this whole time? Yeah. Are you serious?
This is me in 30 years.
That's you in 5 years.
It's for NOPD on scene requesting for a male down.
Male down. Calm down. Oh, male down with a machete.
Manchetti.
I don't know about manchetti.
That's what it says.
Oh, it does say
Patient is loosing.
losing consciousness.
Loosing.
Damn, dude.
Dan and I always like to say that a true call doesn't end until a patient is smiling and laughing.
Hey, you able to save this lady call?
Oh, I don't know about that. We saved the lady, though.
Saved the lady?
They hit me so hard, it knocked my wig off. Last thing I know, I'm getting some water.
My friend was clowning around, said a joke, he started laughing, and he slipped in. That must have been a hell of a joke. You know what? I asked him what the joke was, and he said he can't even remember it. So I'm like, dude, you was about to die for this joke, man. You should at least remember the punchline.
Got the Elvis Presley haircut, yeah.
Who, this guy right here?
Yeah, got them long sideburns.
I ain't nothing but a hound dog, man.
Hey, look.
I don't blame you. Ain't nothing wrong with being a hound dog. It's my favorite saying is this. Life ain't nothing but a party to be high.
We have a very weird sense of humor. Everybody knows that I'm a fake rapper. You don't even need to speak. I can see you can't breathe. Make raps out of medical words. But don't worry, man. We can fix you with ease.
Aspirin, nitro, and my CPAP machine.
You got the Night Watch crew on A&E. Make sure you check us out. We're a blast to see. Those of us who like to rap are bad at rapping. And that's why we're in EMS. Running calls in New Orleans in the middle of the night. Hashtag Night Watch.
So a lot of people don't know that I'm actually a nurse as well as a paramedic. I've only been a nurse for a few years, but there are a few differences, both good and bad, about being a nurse sometimes versus being a paramedic. Everyone has a job when I'm working as a nurse. That was a big difference for me. I'm used to doing everything myself, you know, breathing treatments and assessments and making decisions and do all that. Well, when I work as a nurse, like, it's kind of like stay in your lane, you know. Respiratory does breathing treatments and the doctor makes the decision, whereas when we work with EMS, you do everything, you're by yourself. So the amount of help working in the hospital is pretty big. Lunch break, that's a big one. When I work as a nurse, I get a lunch break. No such thing as a lunch break in EMS. It's usually too busy to even stop and get a cold drink, more or less a 30-minute lunch break. So that's pretty nice. My whole life, I've always worked outside. I was either working as a fireman or a paramedic or whatever, and that was a big transition for me, is working indoors all day. Big difference is wearing this uniform when I work EMS And when I'm a nurse, I get to wear pajamas to work. Scrubs are awesome. They feel like you're wearing nothing, and you're not sweating in a whole big uniform all day either, so that's a plus. Getting off on time, too. I'm gonna put that one on there. A big difference for EMS to a nurse is when I work as a nurse, I get off on time. You have relief coming in, they meet you in the ER. Whereas EMS, if a call comes out before that truck comes up in service, you're gonna get the call. I mean, that's just all there is to it. One of the big differences that everybody believes, but is not true, is that nurses make like a ton more money than paramedics. That's not true either. I wish it were, but that's not necessarily true.
You say
I am Savannah Horta, and I'm in Explorers Post 10 to 5. Where I grew up, it wasn't one of the greatest neighborhoods. It's not a neighborhood where normal kids grow up. They don't wonder if that was a gunshot or a firework, and there's not a drive-through liquor store 2 doors down. But for me, that was a reality. That was something I grew up with. And in fact, the Explorer program really set me apart from my peers. I took a different path. I've always wanted to go into medicine. That's something I've always been passionate about. Growing up, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna be a doctor. So I heard about exploring when a friend of mine posted on Facebook that she had applied and gotten in. And I was like, wow, okay, that looks interesting. I've never thought about going into emergency medical services. This might be interesting. Emergency medical services is something that's always been there, but I've only heard about nursing and being a doctor or a pharmacist, just all the stuff inside of a hospital and not the stuff outside of a hospital and what goes on, how do patients get there. So when I was exposed to Explorer program, I was able to find something that I'm really passionate about, something that I love to do. And I'm able to reach my potential with the Explorer program. It's something that has had a drastic impact on my life. And I wouldn't be here today without it. I wouldn't be in EMT school. I wouldn't be pursuing this whole new side of medicine that I never knew existed. And it's just been one of the best things to ever happen to me. Exploring, discover your future.
Hi, I'm Otis McKay, advisor for Explorer Post 10 to 5. I got involved in the exploring program when talking to some of our guys that worked through the program basically came and approached me about it and talked about what a benefit it was for them. And basically, as everyone starts talking about their paramedic career and their careers in the business, start off how they began, and was through the exploring program. We were approached by the Explorer program and said, hey, this is what we offer, this is what is the benefit, and then we really took off running from that point on. Our Explorer program is getting people set up, ready to go into the EMS profession, or at least medical profession, with an introduction into medical profession, and then going from the many tangents from that point on. We start off with a didactic part. Basically, you learn about the anatomy and physiology of the body. Then we talk about scene safety, and then we go into basically dynamics of a call. What does a 911 call look like? Starting from the dispatch to the arrival of the ambulance to the emergency room delivery, even up to the operating room or the cath lab. So the students and the explorers get real excited about it, and it's infectious. Our guys are motivated and they're challenged to teach more and educate these guys. It really energized me to see the explorers get motivated about learning again. The passion and the enthusiasm that I felt initially when I got into the career re-energizes me. And seeing the eager faces and the enthusiasm and the hunger to learn really brings me back up to where I used to be. If you're at all interested in medicine, being an explorer would really help you get along with that. The benefits of doing that, you get a good basic anatomy and physiology lesson, you get a chance to work with doctors and nurses on a daily basis and paramedics. You get to see and talk to people in all different walks of life. So the benefits of having an Explorer program for our agency was we increase the diversity. We recruit the people who work in the community. I don't have to bring somebody in and teach them culture. I don't have to teach them the mindset of the agency. I can teach them what explorers are, and then they go out and do what they do in their culture. Exploring, discover your future.
Tapping into my potential.
I'm discovering who I am.
I'm seizing the day
and making the most out of the opportunities in front of me.
I'm unleashing my best work.
I'm igniting my passions.
Finding out how to do what I love to do
in ways I've never known before. And learning from those who've been here before and got there before.
I'm exploring my future.
I am an explorer.
I am an explorer.
I'm an explorer.
When I'm exploring, here's what I'm not.
I'm not a student.
I'm not at work.
I'm not an intern.
Nope. I'm not a pencil pusher.
Not a procrastinator.
I'm not cramming for an exam.
And I'm definitely not in detention.
When I'm exploring,
I'm home.
I'm with friends.
I'm in my happy place. I'm in the zone.
Sure, I study hard and take my education seriously.
But I feel like exploring prepares me for my future in a different way.
I mean, where else can I get this kind of experience to learn about the things that I'm passionate about?
Where can I find great mentors?
Who work in the career fields I'm interested in.
Where can I be me?
I learn by doing.
I belong by exploring.
Exploring. Discover your future.